Assalamualaikum students. How are you? Fine, Alhamdulillah. Okay, in the previous lesson we read about sets. I hope you all are now more familiar with a set. What is a set? A collection of any kind of objects. Okay, but there is a condition on this collection that the objects must be unique. It means non-repeated, and the objects must be well defined. Okay, there is no ambiguity between the statement that which type of objects we are talking. Then we discuss the different types of sets: empty set which have no elements, singleton set having only one element, finite set having finite number of elements, infinite set having infinite number of elements, okay, and many more: proper set, improper set, subset, universal set. Then we discuss the operations on a set. The first operation is union. It's just like addition. Intersection. In this we found out the same elements. Then difference, then complement. These were the four operations which we discussed while discussing the sets. Then we learned about some properties like commutative property, associative property, and distributive property. And then in the last we discussed about the De Morgan's law. What was it? Who will tell me who formulated this law? Auguste De Morgan was a British mathematician who formulated the De Morgan's law, and in this law is applied on two sets, and we see the combination of intersection with complement, and when we take intersection with complement, it will reverse. In the right hand side, it will become the union operation. Okay. Now the today's topic is about expressions. Before starting the expression, let me discuss what is a variable. What is a variable? G, do you know? Yes, somebody is saying that all alphabets are variables. Good, but how will you define a variable? Variable word is derived from the word vary. It means to change. So, a variable is a symbol that represents a quantity the value of which is not known. Okay, ऐसा हो जिसकी हमें वैल्यू नहीं पता हो, and it will change according to the conditions. For example, किसी question में the value of x will be 7, in the second question the value of x will be 5. So it will vary according to the conditions. Variable is a symbol, usually a letter. Okay, it is a symbol. Mostly it is we use letters to represent a variables, and it is used to represent a quantity that may have infinite number of values. For example, x have value 7, 5, 8, 10 up to so on according to the given conditions. So variable is a quantity that is changed. Okay. So all alphabets are used to represent variables. Next is constant. What is a constant? What does it mean? mean the word constant? Same. Good. Remain same. So how will you define a constant? Yes, you are true that all counting numbers are constant. But how will you define a word constant? G. A symbol that has a fixed value. Numerical value means according to the numerical mean numbers. A symbol that have a fixed value, that is called a constant. For example, the value of 2 will be 2. Whatever the conditions are, okay, it will remain 2. So it have the fixed value 2. So this is the constant. Okay. Variable is the value which vary according to the given conditions, but the value of the constant will remain same whatever the conditions are. Now see how an algebraic expression is formed. G. Any number, variable or any combination of numbers and variables connected by one or more signs of fundamental operations, okay, then an expression is formed. Any number or any variable connected by one or more fundamental operations. What are the basic fundamental operations of mathematics? G. 4 fundamental operations. Very good. These are addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. And I hope you all are now familiar with addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay? So now we'll apply these operations on expressions. So see how an expression is formed. Any number or variable, for example x plus 2, this is an expression. Minus 3y, this is also an expression. So how will you define an algebraic expression? Any number, variable or a combination of number and variable connected by one or two or more fundamental operation, that is called an algebraic expression. Okay? If we see them individually like this, this and this, these are terms of an algebraic expressions. Okay, these are the terms of an algebraic expression. When we combine different terms with addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, an algebraic expression is formed. Is it clear? Now we'll see what is a coefficient. The third word is, first of all, we see what is a variable. What is a variable? All alphabets are used to denote variables, but a variable is a symbol that value may vary according to the conditions. Now next is constant. What is a constant? Good. All counting numbers are used to represent constant and they have the fixed value. Okay. The third one is coefficient. Coefficient. How will you define a coefficient? Let me introduce the coefficient and then I'll ask you how will you define the word coefficient. The number which is attached to a variable, that number is called a coefficient. If the number is written separately, then this is a constant. But when a number is attached to a coefficient, when a number is attached to a variable, then we say this is a coefficient. Mostly it will appear before the variable. We will not write like this y3. This is the wrong way. It will always before the variable. So in 3y3 is a coefficient. Is it clear? G students, are these concepts are clear? Let me raise the board. Now I am writing some expressions. For example, 2x plus 4y minus 3, 7x square plus 2xy minus plus 7. So identify the variables which are used in the first expression. What are the variables in this? There are two variables which are used in this expression. The first one is x and the other is y. Okay? Now what about the constants? 2, 4 and minus 3, are they constants? No. A constant is the only number which is 3. So minus 3 is constant. What about coefficient? Now we'll say that the coefficient of x is 2 because this is attached to a variable x. So this is the coefficient of x. 2 is the coefficient of x, and what is the coefficient of y? 4. Very good. 4 is the coefficient of y. Is it clear? How to identify the coefficients, variables and constants in an expression? Now see this. In this expression, what are the variables used? X and y. These are the two variables which are used in this expression. What is a constant? The only number which is written, this is 7. So this is constant. What are coefficients? 7 and 2 are the coefficients. What is the coefficient of x square? 7. And what is the coefficient of xy? 2. Good. Okay? Now see the difference between like terms and unlike terms. Like terms. What are like terms? If different terms have the same variable, then they are called like terms. For example, I am writing 2a minus 5a 4a. All these terms have the same variable which is a. Whether the coefficients may be same or different, but the condition is on variable that the variables must be same. Okay, if I write like this AB and this is BA, so now tell me, are they like terms? Yes, because this term have the variable AB, this is also AB and this is BA which is also AB. So if the two terms have the same variable, then they are called like terms. For example, now tell me 4xy, 2x and 3y. Are they like terms? No. This term contains the variable xy, this contains only x and this contains only y. So they are not like terms. Differing terms are called like unlike terms. For example, if the terms which are not like, they are called unlike terms, in which the variables are not same. The terms having the same variable, they are called like terms, and the terms having different variables, they are called unlike terms. Okay, is it clear? Now I am writing some terms here and you will classify what are like terms and what are unlike terms. G. What about these three terms? A minus 3b and 4a. Are they like terms? No. But we can say that these two terms are like terms because they have the same variable. Okay? Now tell me the like terms in the second expression. Good. 4xy and 6yx, these are two like terms. Okay? So this is how you will find out the like terms and unlike terms. Okay? Now in the next class, I hope we will perform different operations, addition, subtraction. So keep it in your mind that we cannot perform operation of addition and subtraction on unlike terms. Okay? Operation of addition and subtraction can't be performed on unlike terms. Okay? To perform these operations, terms must be like, but we can perform operation of multiplication and division on these terms, unlike terms. Is it clear, students? Now note down your homework. Your assignment is to write expression. How will you define an expression? Variables, then constants, then terms, like terms, unlike terms, coefficients, Okay. Your assignment is to define coefficients, expression, variables, constants, terms, like terms and unlike terms in your neat copies in your own words with at least 2 or 3 examples. Okay? You'll write the examples of coefficient like in 7x, 7 is the coefficient. You can give example of variable like this in 7x, x is the variable. You can give example of constant 7x plus 3 in this expression. This is 3 is the constant. This is the example of any expression. In this expression 7x and 3 are terms. Okay. So this is your assignment. Do it in your neat copies, and if you find any difficulty students, you can ask me. I am here to help you.